Hello friends, in our previous lecture we have completed sum number 15. Now we are going for sum number 16, which is on page number 85. Neela and Sheila are partners of a partnership firm sharing profit and loss in capital proportion. Capital of Neela is 1 lakh, capital of Sheila is 50,000. If we are cutting this three zeros, then 4 zeros, then we are getting 10:5, so 2:1 is the ratio. From the following trial balance and adjustments, prepare final accounts. Trial balance is given. Neela's capital and drawings, Sheila's capital and drawings. Capital has credit, drawings has debit balance. Now suppliers and customers. Suppliers means write down their creditors, and customers and write down their debtors. Goods written, so both purchase and sales returns are there. Bills, both are there, so debit balance is receivable, credit balance is payable. Cash and bank, both are there, so cash is always debited and bank can be debit, bank can be credit. Here bank is overdraft, credit. Bad debt reserve, purchase and sales, wages and outstanding wages. See, outstanding wages again here only given in the trial balance, only one effect. Credit balance means liability side, and wages have debit balance as it is the expense. Machinery, depreciation on machinery, again the same thing, which is in sum number 14, 15 and now 16 also. Depreciation is given and we need to calculate, so given plus additional total. How to calculate? Add the given depreciation, take the percentage and understand the difference, total and given, so we will get addition. Furniture, opening stock, prepaid insurance. It is not insurance, it is prepaid insurance, so again see the balance, it is debit, so on asset side itself. Salary, insurance premium, rents and taxes, advertisement expense, goodwill. Now the main concept of this sum is this lease or bill. In each sum, lease is starting from that year only. Means every time we are on 1/4/16 and lease is also starting from 1/4/16. So directly we are calculating its depreciation. But see, here again, year is ending on 31/3/17, so it is starting on 1/4/16 itself. But the lease have started 1.5 years before. That is on 1/10/14, half 2014 and full 2015. So 1.5 years lease has started. So what was the cost value on 1/10/15? That we need to know, and after that only we can calculate its depreciation. Ticket as agent adjustment and write most IFP, because in each sum the year is starting from 1/4/16 and the lease is also starting from 1/4/16. So if there are 5 years, divide by 5 years. If there are 10 years, divide by 10 years. But here you cannot do divide by 5 years, because the lease is starting before starting of this year and in the between of the year. So friends, we need to calculate for that. And then 8% Leela's loan. Leela is not a partner. Neela and Sheila are partner. Leela is a third person, and percentage 8% is given, and moreover date is also given. Ticket as hidden adjustment, we will calculate her interest. Closing stock is 1,10,000 having market value 20% more, but it is useless. 1,10,000's market value is 20% more, but in stock what we are taking, whichever is less. So 1,10,000 is only the closing stock. Here we don't have to do two parts, because the whole stock is 20% more. So whole stock is 20% more, we will just show, but always 1,10,000 only will come, because here the market value is more, but we are showing book value or market value, whichever is less. Per annum 6% interest on partners capital. Decon both capital, Neela's capital, Sheila's capital. Number 2, interest on drawings 900, 600 from Neela and Sheila. Decon drawings 5% bad debt reserve on debtors. Decon customers that are debtors, number 4, and bad debt reserve, number 4. Outstanding expense at the end of year, rent. Decon rent and taxes, number 5, and Decon salary, number 5. Provide 10% depreciation on machinery. See, machinery's depreciation is given, we need to calculate it also. So Decon machinery, depreciation on machinery, number 6, and Decon furniture also, number 6. Let us draw. So starting from trading account, trading account of partnership firm for year ended as on 31/3/17, row it for 6 lines. Trading account, row it for 6 lines. Debit, credit. After that, P&L account of partnership firm for year ended as on 31/3/17, row it for 20 lines. P&L account, row it for 20 lines. Debit, credit. Next, P&L appropriation account of partnership firm for year ended as of 31/3/17, row it for 8 lines. Debit, credit. Next, partners capital account, row it for 6 lines. We don't have current account. Date, particulars, Neela, she. Date, particulars, Neela, she. Next, balance sheet of partnership firm as on 31/3/17, row it for 20 lines. Liabilities amount, assets let us start the sum, friends. Starting with the opening balance of capital account 1/4/16. By balance brought down, for Neela we have 1 lakh, for Sheila we have 50,000. After that, leaving the lines, here 1 line for opening stock, here 2 lines each. Okay. Now the sum is started. Okay, Neela's capital and Sheila's capital are written. Now both drawing are written. debit side itself 1416 capital account debit side to drawings account. Neela has 20,000, Sheila has 14,000. Okay. Next, we have suppliers and we have customers. Suppliers means remember creditors. Creditors are on liability side. Leave 6 lines and write in between suppliers, write in the bracket creditors. We don't have any adjustment for creditors or suppliers, so directly in the outer column. But don't decide that suppliers has written first, so its balance will be first. Suppliers means creditors, they are having credit balance and they are 60,000. After that we have customers, that are our debtors, that are our assets, but keep it in inner column. Customers, in bracket write debtors, in the inner column 90,000. It is having debit balance. Moreover, it has one adjustment, so leave one line. Next, goods return. For goods return, we need purchase and we need sales. So after leaving one line, I am writing 2 purchases. Now purchases, below it is written purchase and sales. So purchase has debit balance. So in the inner column 1,40,000. Now I will subtract minus purchase returns. See, purchase has debit balance. So purchase return will have credit balance. So in the goods return column, credit balance is 3,000. So purchase returns are 3,000. 1,37,000 in the outer column. In the same way, on the credit side, buy sales. Now in purchase and sales column, sales has credit balance and it is 2,60,500. Now as sales have credit balance, sales returns will have debit balance. So in the goods return column, debit balance of returns is 2,000. So it is sales return. In the outer column we will have 2,58,500. Okay. Next we are having both the bills. So debit balance of bills is bills receivables. So on the debit side, means on the asset side, bills receivable. Bills receivable in the upper column 15,000. Then bills payable will have credit balance. So on the liability side, bills payable, it will have a credit balance and it is 20,800. Next, cash and bank. Now when cash and bank is given, both balance is given, so cash is always debit, so it is cash balance and it is debit and the amount is 1,000. And bank is remaining, it will have credit balance. Bank can have debit and can have credit balance, and the credit balance of bank is known as bank overdraft, which is 14,000. Okay, please remember, whenever cash and bank differently is given, cash is always debit and bank can be debit, can be credit. Next we are having bad debts and bad debts reserve. So let us write the whole format. To bad debts trial balance plus bad debts adjustment plus bad debt reserve adjustment minus bad debt reserve trial balance. Now bad debts for trial balance are 400 and bad debt reserve for trial balance in the fourth amount it is 1300. Next we are having purchase and sales, which is already recorded for purchase returns and sales returns. Next we are having wages and outstanding wages. Now see, wages is the expense, so wages will have a debit balance to wages 35,000 and outstanding wages is given only in trial balance, so don't add here, show it on only liability side as it has a credit balance. So outstanding wages 2,000. Okay, some people will make mistake by adding here. Don't add because it is not given in adjustment. If it was given in adjustment, then add here and show here, but it is directly given, so write it here. Next we have machinery. Machinery is our asset. So on the asset side, machinery in the inner column 36,500. We need to calculate depreciation, so we are leaving one line. Again depreciation is given also, So we should write both the things. So depreciation will write here to depreciation on machinery. Now friends, we will write it as a heading. Why? Because depreciation is given, we need to calculate additionally, so we will have to write like this: given plus additional is equals to total. Now given depreciation is 3500 plus, leave the space. Okay, machinery is the asset, so on asset side. Depreciation we are subtracting from here, but it is only given in trial balance, so it is to be shown here. Again we need to calculate more, so given plus additional is equals to. Next we are having furniture. Furniture is also our asset, so after leaving one line for machinery we are writing furniture. In the inner column it also has an adjustment 12,000, and we are leaving one line for one adjustment. Next we are having opening stock. Opening stock is on the debit side of trading account, where we have left the space to opening stock. Now opening stock is 46,100. Next we are having prepaid insurance. If it is only insurance, then P&L debit, but if prepaid outstanding is given based on the balance, it is having debit balance on asset side. Prepaid insurance in the outer column 200. Next we are having salary. Salary is our expense, it has an adjustment, so in the inner column to salary, in the inner column 23,000, leaving one line. Next we are having insurance premium. It is also expense, but it does not have any adjustment, so directly in the outer column to insurance premium, in the outer column we will write 2,000. Next we are having rent and taxes. So again it is an expense, but in the inner column it has an adjustment to rent taxes, in the inner column 12,000, leaving one line. Next we are having, again advertisement expense. So it is the expense of this account, so to advertisement expense, but it does not have any adjustment, so in the outer column 2,900. Next we are having goodwill. Goodwill is our asset, so on the asset side goodwill 72,000. Now the important thing, we are having leasehold building. So first it is asset, so show it on asset side. In the inner column leasehold building, in the inner column 14,000. Now we are calculating for this building. We need space for calculation, so I am rubbing it now. Again I will do if necessary. Again I will explain the thing. Leasehold building normally is from the starting of the year. Starting of the year is 1/4/16 and the ending is 31/3/17. So normally this leasehold building or lease is starting from the first year itself, but this is started before 1.5 years, that is half 2014 and full 2015. So first we need to calculate its cost price for calculating the depreciation. Okay, so in calculation number 1, amount written off W/O on leasehold building. Now for that we will write lease is from 1/10/14 for 5 years. What I have written? Amount written on leasehold building. Lease is from 1/10/14 for 5 years, but our year started on 1/4/16. So lease has started in past period, so we need to calculate its cost price on 110.40, and I am underlining the main thing, cost price on 110.40. Again I will read, lease is from 110.14 for 5 years, but our year has started from 1/4/16, so lease has started in the past period, so we need to calculate its cost price on 110.40. Now how to calculate its cost price? We can just suppose it by 100 and then we can find it out. Okay, suppose cost price on 110.14 is equals to 100 rupees. Now friends, all the year ends on 31/3 only. So the date after 1 October 2014, where 31/3 will come? 31/3 will come in 2015, because in 2014 that date is already gone. So after 110.14, when 31/3 will come, it will come after 6 months. So what we will write? Minus amount written off on 31/3/50. Now how to decide? 100 rupees is the total list. It is for 5 years. So it is 20 rupees per year. But we don't need for per year, because here we are having only 6 months. So into 6 by 12 we will have 10 rupees. How? Total cost price, if it is 100 rupees, if it is for 5 years, then 20 rupees is per year's written off amount. But here we are having the space of only 6 months. Why 6 months? 110.14 to 31/3/15 is equals to 6 months. We are having only 6 months here, so into 6 by 12. So this lease is 10 rupees. So after that, if we are subtracting, then balance on 1/4/15 is 90 rupees. So we have reached on 1/4/15, but we have to reach till 1/4/16, because we are in 1/4/16. So again, minus amount written off on 31/3/16. Now we are having 1 year full. So 100 rupees divided by 5 years is 20 rupees. But no months, because here it was 6 months, but here it is whole year. So 20 rupees. So what we will get? 70 rupees. Now this 70 is, okay, let me write little bit small letters. This is like 11th standard only. What we were doing in depreciation chapter, the same thing is here. Minus amount written off on 31/3/16 I have written, and what I was written, 100 rupees by 5 years is equals to 20 rupees. Now this is balance on 1/4/16. We have to reach till 1/4/16, because our year is starting on 1/4/16. Why we need this thing? This is the reason. Because leasehold billing has started in the past, not in this year. If it has started in the past, then we have to suppose cost price from that period 100 rupees. Now first year ends on 31/3/15, but here the months are only 6, as we were doing in standard 11 depreciation chapter. I told that we will require in 12th standard also. So see, here it is useful. Now 100 divided by 5 is 20 per year, but here only gap of 6 months, so 10 rupees. So after completing 31/3/15, what will come? 1/4/15, because after 31/3 1/4 will come 90 rupees. 90 rupees. This 90 rupees is to be written here. Okay? Yes. Now again, we are on 1/4/15, but we need to reach till 1/4/16. So again, minus written off on 31/3/16. 100 rupees divided by 5 years is 20. 20 rupees is subtracted. 90 minus 20 is 70. Now this is balance on 1/4/16. Now we can find the cost price. Now we can find the cost price. Okay. How we can find? Then we will write for cost price. we will compare balance with cost price. Now, balance on 1/4/16 was 70, their cost price is 100. When we got balance 70 rupees, its cost price was 100. Now, whenever we are having cost balance on 1/4/16 14,000, then what should be the cost price? Why I have taken 14,000? Because in this sum, this year is starting from 1/4/16, and here we are having leasehold building 14,000. So for 14,000, what should be the cost? So this calculation was only for this 70 only. This calculation is only for this 70 rupees only, because 70 rupees is 1/4/16 balance when we were having cost price 100. So whenever we are having balance 1/4/16 14,000, what is the amount of cost price? So 100 into 14,000 divided by 70. 100 into 40,000 divided by 70, it is 20,000. Cost price is 20,000. Now we can calculate depreciation. This was just to find out the cost price. Now after that only we can decide what is the depreciation. Now what is the depreciation? 20,000 divided by 5, 4,000 is the depreciation. But for that you need to do all these things. And from where we have started, by supposing the cost price 100 on 110 14, reach till this starting of year by subtracting, so we are getting 70. So when the balance is 70, the cost price is 100. When the balance is 14,000, the cost price is 20,000 we received. Now we are calculating depreciation. So this calculation is still running, still continuing. So in this calculation only, at the last now we will write, thus amount written off on leasehold building is equals to 20,000 rupees cost divided by 5 years is 4,000. And why we are not multiplying any months? Because here we are having whole year from 1/4/16 to 31/3/17. So depreciation is 4,000. So for this 4,000 we have written so much of story. Okay. Now we are subtracting minus written off amount 4,000. So in the outer column we will have 10,000. Okay. Now second effect is P&L debit. To written off amount on leasehold building 4,000. Then next last thing of trial balance, 8% Leela's loan is 30,000. 8% Leela's loan in the inner column 30,000. Again we are calculating interest for it in calculation number 2. Interest on loan of Leela. Interest on loan of Leela. Loan is from 1/11/16 to 31/3/17. 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 5 months is equals to 5 months. Now interest is equals to 30,000 into 8% into 5 upon 12. 30,000 into 8% into 5 by 12 is 1,000. So friends, interest is 1,000. So we will use two effects for this interest. Where we will add to the loan and we will show debit side of profit and loss account. Okay. So we are adding here plus outstanding interest 1,000. In the outer column we will have 31,000, and the next effect is given on P&L debit. Interest on Leela's loan 1000. Okay, so the whole trial balance is over. We will once again see the whole trial balance and then we will continue with the adjustment. So, we have started the sum with the opening balance of that account. After that, we have started the sum. Capital is on credit side of capital. Now drawings, as no current account is there, so drawings is on debit side here in the capital account itself. Then suppliers, suppliers means creditors on the liability side in the outer column. Then customers, customers means debtors on the asset side inside because we have one adjustment. Then we are having goods return. For writing goods return, we have written purchase and sales. So purchase as debit balance, so 140, sales as credit balance, so 2,60,500. Now purchase as debit balance, so purchase return will have credit balance in goods return, that is 3,000, and sales return will have credit sales as credit balance, so sales return as debit balance, that is 2,000, and the outer column is return. After that we are having bills. Now we are having both the bills. So the debit balance of the bills is bills receivable on the asset side, and the credit balance of bills is bills payable on the liability side. After that we are having cash and bank both. So whenever we are having both cash and bank, cash is always debit, so it cash balance, and bank can be debit, can be credit. So bank is credit here, so it is bank overdraft. After that we are having bad debts and bad debts reserve. So we have drawn the whole format and first and last amount is written. After that we are already written purchase and sales. After that wages and outstanding wages. Wages is debit balance, so trading account debit, and outstanding wages is in liability side because only one effect is to be given as it is in trial balance. After that machinery is our asset, leaving one line. Depreciation on machinery is given as only one effect, only on P&L debit, and additional we need to calculate, so here space and there space. Furniture is our asset, so again on asset side in the inner column it has an adjustment. Opening stock is on debit side of trading account. Prepaid insurance, only see the balance because it is prepaid, outstanding, receivable, see only the balance. Debit balance means asset, credit balance means liability. Salary, P&L debit, leaving one line. Insurance premium expense here, directly outside. Rent and taxes here expense, having adjustment, leaving one line. Advertisement expense directly shown here, no adjustment. Goodwill is our asset. Then leasehold building is our asset, and remember again, normally the lease starts from the starting of the year, that is 1/4/16 only, but here it is starting before 1.5 years. So first calculated 20,000 its cost price, and then we have calculated the return of amount, and next effect is here. Leela's loan on liability side, and we have calculated 5 months interest, and next effect is given here. Now we are going for the calculation of closing stock, but it is still useless only. So in the number 2, closing stock. Okay. See, my numbers can be wrong. In some of the videos after this recording the video, I am seeing that sometimes after calculation directly, if I am writing calculation number 4, then don't worry. You watch the sum continues. Because I have to rub all time the calculation, I am forgetting, and no one is with me to say that I am doing this 2 or 3 or 4. So sometimes this number can be wrong, don't worry for that. Okay? Yes. Now closing stocks book value is 1,10,000. They are talking about the 100% stock only, so no divisions. Now its market value is 20% more. So 1,10,000 plus 20 and percentage. Do everyone. 1,10,000 plus 20 and press percentage button. Directly it will show 1,32,000. But as we all know, closing stock is recorded at book value or market value, whichever is less. Closing stock is recorded at book value or market value, whichever is less. So less amount is 1,10,000. So trading credit. Buy closing stock 1,10,000. Next on the asset side, closing stock 1,10,000. 6% interest is payable on partner's capital. Now interest on capital. As capital is credit, interest on capital is also credit here and debited to appropriation account. So on 31,370 by interest on capital, 6% is to be taken. So 6% of 1 lakh, 1 lakh 6% is 6,000 and 50,000 6% is 3,000. There it is credited, here it should be debit after leaving two lines. To interest on capital, Neela, Sheila, 6,000, 3,000, total 9,000. Interest on capital 6,000, 3,000, total 9,000. Next, interest on drawings is already calculated 900 and 600. Now drawings is debit, so interest on drawings is debited here and credited here. Okay. On 31,370 to interest on drawings 900, 600. We don't have to take any percentage, book has given directly 900, 600. There it is debited, here it should be credited. By interest on drawings, Neela, Sheila, 900, 600, 1,500 in the outer column. Okay, so interest on capital, capital is credit, so here interest on capital is credit and here it is debited. Interest on drawings, drawings are debited, so interest on drawings is debited here and it is credited here. Next, 5% bad debt reserve on debtors. Okay, from customers or debtors minus BDR in bracket ADJ in other bracket 5%. So 90,000 5% is 4,500. So in the outer column 85,500. Let me check it, otherwise if I am wrong. 90,000 5% is 4,500 and 90,000 minus 4,500 is 85,500. Okay. Now it is bad debt reserve adjustment. So bad debts are not in adjustment. So second dash and third is 1550. No, sorry, not 1550, 45. 45. Okay, now 400 plus 0 plus 4,500 and minus 1,300 is 3,600. Okay, there 4,500. So your third amount, second amount is not there. 400 plus 0 plus 4,500 minus 1,300 is 3,600. Next we have outstanding expense at the end of year. Rent is outstanding as 300. Outstanding rent 300. So add here plus outstanding rent 300 in the outer column 12,300. Okay. Now debit side plus means debit, so other credit effect is on liability. Outstanding rent 300. Then we have outstanding salary 950. So again same effect plus outstanding salary 950 in the outer column 23,950. Again on liability outstanding salary 950. Okay. Next 10% depreciation on machinery. Okay. So depreciation on machinery, I think it is fourth calculation. If I am not wrong, then it is fourth or third calculation. I don't know, so I am not writing the number. Okay, I forgot. Depreciation on machinery. Now some depreciation is given and some we need to calculate also. So depreciation is given and also needed to be calculated. So So add given depreciation and then take percentage. Depreciation is given and also needed to be calculated. So add the given depreciation, then take the percentage. Machinery is 36,500 plus given depreciation is 3,500. So machinery total is 40,000. Now 10% depreciation is, don't subtract, just we need to find out the 10% total depreciation. Now same thing, given plus additional is equals to total. See, this process I am doing in each and every sum, so everyone must remember. Given is 3,500, total is 4,000. So what is additional? 5. Okay, given was 35, additional was 500. How? Total is 4,000. Given as one effect, this have two effects. Let me pour the ink again. So we will add the additional depreciation there and we will subtract only the additional depreciation. Don't subtract the whole depreciation. Okay, please take a note of it. So additional depreciation is 500, in the outer column total is 4,000. Don't write total inside. Here minus additional depreciation 500, in the outer column 36,000. And last 5% on furniture. If I am not wrong, yes, 5% on furniture. So minus depreciation in bracket 5%, 12,500. 12,000 multiplied 5% is 600. So in the outer column it is 11,400. Now P&L debit. To depreciation on furniture. How much? 600. Now everything is over. Write the number of calculation by yourself, okay? I am not remembering all this time what was the number of that calculation. Okay, let us close down. 2,58,500 plus 1,10,000 is 3,68,500. 3,68,500 minus 46,100, 1,37,000, 35,000. 1 lakh. So 3,68,500 minus 46,100 minus 137 minus 35,000 is 1,50,400 is our gross profit. Here it is debited, here it is credited. By gross profit 1,50,400. Now I think again today credit side, debit side is not more, credit side is only more. 1,50,400. 1,50,400. To net profit. 1,50,400 minus 3,600 minus 4,000 minus 23,950 minus 2,000 minus 12,300 minus 2,900 minus 4,000 minus 1,000 minus 600 is 96,050. In old books this answer is wrong. Okay, net profit is 96,050. Now we are crediting here. by net profit 96,050. Now we are taking the total 96,050 plus 1500, 97,550. 97,550 minus 9,000, 88,550. How much? 88,550. Now 2 divisible profit Neela Sheila. Okay friends, P&L ratio is capital ratio here. P&L ratio is capital ratio, so Neela is to Sheila. Capital of Neela is 1 lakh, Sheila is 50,000. So 10 is to 5, 2 is to 1. So this is the P&L ratio. Okay. Now we can distribute in 2 is to 1. Okay. So 88,550 in 2 is to 1. So divide by 3, multiply 2. So we are getting this in point. What is the amount? 59,033.333. So what you should write? 59,033. Okay. Now don't do equals to 1 equals to. You will get equals to 1 equals to 29,516.666. But you need to write 7 because 1 rupees is adjusted there. So 1 rupee should be adjusted here. How? Total is 88,550 minus 59,033. So here it will come 29,517. Here it will come 29,517. But when we are doing equals to 1 equals to, it will show 29,516.666. So that is to be converted in 7. Only for that reason we are doing like this. See again, I will do 88,550 divided by 3 multiply 2 is 59,033.333. So we are writing 59,033. Don't write points here. Ignore the points. Now equals to 1 equals to is 29,516. But check, 88,550 minus 59,033 is 29,517. So if you are writing 16, then 1 rupees loss will come. Okay. So 29,517. Now it is debited. Here it should be credit. 31,370 by divisible profit 59,033 and 29,517. Okay. Now we are closing down the capital account. 1,06,000, 59,033. So it is 1,65,033. 1,65,033 minus 20,000 and minus 900 is 1,44,133. 1,44,133. Now 50,000, 3,000 and 29,517 is 82517. 82517 minus 14,000 and minus 600 is 67917. To balance carried down, credit balance. So capital Neela Sheila 1,44,133 and 67,970. Okay, let's take the total. 1,44,133, 67,970, 60,000, 20,800, 14,000, 2,000, 31,000, 300 and 950 is 3,41,100. 85,500, 15,000, 1,000, 36,000, 11,400, 200, 72,000, 10,000 and 1,10,000 is 3,41,100. So friends, our 16th sum is completed. Now we are left only with the two sums. I hope everyone is writing the things and understanding the things well. Hope you are getting the points properly. Hope you are doing some hard work in this 12th standard. That's all for today. Thank you so much.